Good morning. Yes, yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, late night shifters. I do not own the rights to the music playing in the background. So if the live is being interrupted, pardon the interruption, I will turn it down. But I wanted to stay on and see if I could pick up the songs. And I'm going to do that for the first 2 minutes. So thank you. Welcome to the big heart. Let's go. Okay, moving on with the live. We had a little bit of thing because what it is on the Big Heart Radio Network. I own a music license. Yes, of course I do. Okay, moving on with the live. I own a music license. Yes, of course I do. Tune in. Just giving you guys an opportunity to get on. It's our Thinking Thursday. Well, let's see what's going on here. Tune in. Just giving you guys an opportunity to get on. It's our Thinking Thursday. Well, let's see what's going on here. Now, all right, guys. So I'm live. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So we're just going to go ahead and keep on going a while. And I just wanted to welcome you guys live. So, hi, everybody. Welcome, my late night shifters. Yes, I was asleep, guys. I was asleep. Yes, I was asleep. I took the time to get napped and well rested and introducing you to my iconic clothing line. Remember, I had this top. I had two of the same. This one is the navy blue. I don't know if really you can see it. I had an all black one on the other day. So I do have them. They're crop. They have a little bit of a crop to them. As you can see, it has a little bit of a crop to them. But anyway, it's a very nice clothing line. So if you guys are interested in it at all, just let me know, and you could get a T-shirt for sure. Iconic stands for all of my brands because everything I've done with my special mind is very iconic. Now I'm going to turn the sounds up in the background because now I see that everything is up and running. Everything's live, so you can hear me echoing a little bit. I'm going off live here, and yeah, let the music be muted, but let the it be known that the Big Heart Radio is in the background, and you guys are more than welcome to tune in to my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook this morning for anybody that's interested in tuning in and continuing to follow me. So now with that being said, I am so excited about everything what 2026 has already done for me. I'm so grateful that everything negativity is in my behind me. It was never nothing in front of me in the first place, but I'm just so grateful to have evolved and have given everybody the opportunity to keep going. And the Most High God does that. I don't, but I'm just so grateful to be part of the world revolving around the business field. I'm excited about being part of business building. I'm ecstatic about helping the next person get to their crosswords. Yes, I'm excited about adding to someone's continued success because my life has always revolved around wanting for others what I have and am capable of getting myself. Now, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm just now tuning in live on Facebook, um, Instagram, and YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Roku, Amazon. It goes on. But today I'm taking the time out to let you guys know. Yes, I was very well rested. And I just took the time and took a nap. Gave life some thought in general and decided, yeah, life has been pretty good. And why not be excited about it? Why not? Why not be excited about it? Why not be excited about it? Not sure what's going on with my one Facebook. It looks like it's going in and out. But I'm gonna resume my live. Yes, it's giving me like a thing. So I'm only on live on one of my Facebook. So maybe sometimes it gives me a little teeny bit of an issue because yes, I'm on multiple platforms at the same time. But now, earlier this couple of days ago, I showed you my hair products. This is after, guys. This is days after. And yes, I do my daily grooming. And so as I wash my face, yes, I do touch my hair. But this is what the products look like days later. Still manageable, and that's from root to tip. Very still manageable, very still manageable, and it's in its dry state. So yes, the products are definitely doing what they do, and I can definitely believe in these. I definitely believe not only in my edges, but I believe in my own hands and my ability to grow things. I grow people, places, and things, including hair and businesses. I build momentum. I build excitement. I build up anticipation. There's things that I'm able to build just using my hands alone. So I just came on to say hello, good morning to my late night shifters. I missed you guys yesterday, so I did a little bit of pictures and Facebook videos, etc., and just shared a little bit about the iconic brand. The iconic brand I showed you guys earlier this year when I first got the first t-shirt, the all black t-shirt. Again, this is the navy blue. This is embroidered, of course, it's not ironed on. So this is what it would look like. And yes, it would be V-neck, long sleeve, long body. This is considered crop. So yes, I'll be able to suit your size, accommodate your body size. I'm into that personal bringing your body out. I'm into bringing the sex appeal to the table. And they say, Minister Glenn, you are a very real minister. You talk like we didn't even know if you was a minister the way you talk, because you sometimes you cuss, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you wear your hair covered up, sometimes you don't. Um, we know who you are though as a person, Dr. Glenn. So we just want to welcome you. And I just wanted to say to my family and friends, as an omnist, I'm able to be all of me. I'm able to accept my flaws and all. I'm able to go on living as if, because when you're an omnist, your belief in things or lack thereof with no judgment, that means yes, my omnist family, we tend to do things that you Christians and some other ones, and I don't mean it like to say you Christians, you Catholics, you these, and you Pentecostals, and you different religions. What happened is, as an omnist, in accepting of all the other religions, we do that because sometimes people come to us and they say, we want to be underneath of your iconic Omnic Incorporated brand because there's a lot of omnis behavior that we do, and we didn't know that that was being an omnis. I said, yes, it is, because a lot of times you feel judged on how you dress, what you got on. I don't be feeling them type of way when sometimes the Christian women come up to you. Oh, I thought you was this, I thought you was that. No, I'm who I am. A lot of my omnis community smoke weed. A lot of them drink. A lot of them just have a daily routine that they are of who they are. So yes, they would like to be a little bit more authenticated on who they are. They don't want to be in the likeness of anything or anybody anymore. So you will find them kind of people that are omnis like myself, that we don't judge. So when people start asking us, why aren't we more Christian like, or why aren't we more Baptists, like, why aren't we more like, why did that pastor's wife wear that sheer looking dress? Why this, why that? As omnists, we're not faced with that same dynamic. As omnists, I'm not faced with that. And with my iconic brand, I'm just bringing what we already do. Nobody wants to stop going to church or start going to church and feel like, well, if I don't be like this, or if I don't sit and talk and act like that, they're not going to welcome me. And in order for me to so called come as I am, I'm going to have to be like them. So that's not really being as you are. That's transforming and making innovations in your own life. So as an iconic woman, building a brand from the muscle up for my kids and for me. And even when it comes down to that, I'm gonna touch on that. Even whatever they decide they want to receive from me, that's fine. They don't have to want to be a part of or do anything I have. But I'm letting you guys see my growth after turmoil, adversities, bereavement, grief periods, all of that. I get to still have some of me. Yes, I'm playing in my hair because my products got me wanting to do that. This is just from the products from the other day. How I'm able to just with my hair all over the place. Y'all, look at this. Let me come up close. Look at the product. Look at that. It's through and through. And you know your own hair. And you know how hair can get. And I didn't have to twist this hair to get the curl shape. My natural shape of my hair defines itself because I don't use chemicals to straighten my hair. I use the heating elements. But moving on back to what I was saying, we don't always get the grace of God that we pray for, but sometimes we do get people, places, and things that come in front of us as omnis, and they want you to, like, I don't know if they want me to waver who I am. You ain't supposed to talk like that. You ain't supposed to be like that. Well, in here we don't do that. And our pastor is this, and then now you're praising the pastor. Okay, I don't do no praising of no pastors. I don't do that. That's why I'm my own first lady, my own first, last, and everything. Because no, sometimes that position gives a person authority over your life in the human flesh, and you don't realize you're giving that authority and that attention. Sometimes it takes you away from your God. You're supposed to be worshiping your higher power, not the people around you. So what happens is, as an omnist, we don't worship people, places, and things. We get away from all that. So I created the iconic brand so that all icons, meaning your own individuality, you stood up and opened doors of your own. Yes, the man has offered to open the door. There's not too many times that I get where I'm going and somebody don't jump out and try to open the door. I mean, I appreciate that, but I require that comes with who I am as a person. I've always gotten that kind of treatment. I don't have to guess if I'm going to have a door open or not like that because I already get that special privilege. And now, I'm just going back to my hair real quick. You see, that's from root to end. You see that coverage, and there's nothing in there. That's all old products. All I did is my daily routine and got up and represented my own self and said, let's just get up. I missed you guys yesterday. I took yesterday as a day of rest. So now you guys get to see my hair with the product in it. There we go. So that's what we working with right there. Now, iconic. Anybody interested in participating in being a icon in the community, meaning the iconic award night, just as I was going to have a Pennsylvania capital city queen night until the people that you believe support you don't know what your business is about. They blame it on their inability to keep up with you because they don't know what business you have, what it's about. So then they started going different directions because they realize now which direction I'm going and would like to participate. But as I tune in with you guys from YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all a couple other Rumble TV, Roku TV is coming forward, and my TV stations are coming to a thing too. Now, I was considering stepping outside of my home into a studio environment. Yes, I was thinking about like the TBN network has seems like to me it's just a Christian Rand thing. I was going to start my own omnist religious faith-based podcasting where I just go hard on nothing but different people with different religious walks of life that want to come and sit with me in these hours. I've set up the studio here at home and I do have the privacy, but yes, I may go to a studio that offers 24-hour availability that they can just give me entry. I can set up my own equipment and we can go from there. But as I build my iconic brand, it will be based off of a whole lot of different ministers because I stand with a group of ministers that's worldwide. That I haven't brought to the table just yet. I have some worldwide church people that I partnered with underneath of Omni Incorporated. You would be surprised all of what Omni Incorporated has partnered with and how that I'm able to teach someone else how to step right into the seat, ask for a partnership with less denial. I have a good rate of having you approved. I have a good approval rate because I have a good way of representing myself professionally. And I have a very beautiful dynamic portfolio that I can just get up and speak about. I was taught through different conversations to limit what I say when I'm being asked what my business is about. Go ahead and let someone know what I have and why it's so many things and how come I had to become so many different elements within my own structure. Excuse me. Sometimes when you're building your business, even on a Thinking Thursday, I thought about a lot of things. And I said, I've never really was a lack of. I always had money. I always got money. I was always putting myself in position. I always sat with the homies, and I have never seen a lot of the females that say that they was with these men. I was there, and a lot of them wasn't. So therefore, I get a lot of pressure to be around females lately. I haven't found my niche of females except for a couple. Now, my one dear friend Monique Tatum, she stopped by the other day. I was very grateful to see her. She come by. She always does business with me. Comes get something notarized or something else taken care of. And I didn't feel like pulling out all my tricks and stunts that I normally do. But I wanted to just share that when she had first started coming to visit me, yeah, I was just sitting around existing, getting through the day. But when she came over this time, she had noticed me living. She noticed me living. I didn't respond to anything that she was saying because I didn't want to cry. I don't want to be the baby brat no more. I wanted to stand firm. So I got to moving all around like I didn't hear her. But she had came in here and complimented me the way that I upgraded my little place. She laughingly said to me, "Now don't put nothing else in it, Lisa Glenn. Don't put nothing else in that apartment." And I busted out laughing as I was ordering something as she left to put in the apartment. So I'm looking for a bigger place, guys. I've elevated my out of jail. I finally freed myself. She's right. I am out of prison. Yes, I tend to create space that I can live in comfortably. And because I have got rid of outside, I know how to be in prison. So I do have to be mindful of that, creating my own cell, filling it to the max, making sure I have everything that I need. And it's just myself that I need to accommodate in here. So, my homie, she's right, so I was out of jail. I'm back out again. I go in and out on my own. But here's one message I want to give to the community. For those of you that love it outside, I need you to hear me tell you this. Jail, it ain't no outside. So I would like for everybody to be more mindful of not only their mouths, but of their thought. Imagine being in the Christianity, for instance, and you decide you walk in their door. But if you walk in their door with a dirty mind and a nasty heart, you're still going to be seen for that. So anybody that's walking into these houses of God and falling under these different umbrellas, you got to realize that sometimes those places require you to follow a protocol. But as an Omnic Incorporated owner and a Omnis minister, I don't have those type of requirements. The only requirement for you to exist is to find who and what it is that you believe in with no judgment, upon others. When they come up to you and say, I don't believe in a God right now. Somebody might come up to you and say, I don't believe in Jesus. Oh Lord, don't say that to a Christian, that you've accepted Jesus into your heart and life and have been managing what you would consider yourself as without. There are some people that I've met as honest that have found a way to live without a third party. So we are called monotheists. So, yes, there's a such thing as people that love Jesus, but just don't worship Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot. Islam does not worship Jesus. No, Islam doesn't do that. But then the Christians don't go worshiping Muhammad. So, Alaihi Wasalam. So there's a whole lot of ups and downs. So in the omnis religion, which is really not a religion, it's a belief. And as an omnis, I created an iconic lifestyle that at the end of my demise, leaving the earth, I will be considered as such because the things that I'm doing is considered iconic, meaning I'm not following nobody's footsteps other than family, which the protocol is the predecessors are your family, those that went before you. So yes, I'm doing that, and that's iconic. So you got to know, not only know the big words and use the language, you got to know what it means, how to apply it to your lifestyle, and what you stand for that makes you that person. So what gives me the right to be iconic? Everything that I've done was that of my own. So as an icon, they get rewarded, featured, remembered for being and doing those things that they did before you. So thank you for those community health workers that went before me. Those of you that made it possible through your struggles to invent new measures. And what do I mean by that? As a person that's a community health worker, I have had my share of struggle, but I have had my share of learning new struggle through new people. Some people have come to me that have had struggles I have never heard of, never thought of. So, could I be a vessel to them? Yes, because I do have some lived experience. The part of me that becomes iconic is when I come with my own different approach on how to solve a matter. I'm very different on how I go about things. Very different. So when you come to me for a result based matter, I give you just that. I don't leave you guessing. When you come to me guessing, I let you leave out of the establishment very certain and very sure. So, with that being said, as I continue on to be a blessing and to be an encouragement, I would like for you guys to continue to encourage me as well. So, yesterday, yeah, I took a day off. I took the day off yesterday personally. I got on the laptop a little bit and I got a lot done. I've enhanced my radio station. I've brought some things to the table. Every time you turn around, I'm adding something to my table. So, yes, Monique Tatum is completely right. She says, don't add nothing else to your apartment. It's just fine. But I'm moving on forward. It's what I wanted to share with my sister friend, cousin sister. I'm going on to a bigger place. Yes, I did feel it to the max. I did that so that I could suffocate myself so that I could move out. So I'm going to keep building and building and growing. Now, sometimes people of the world, like myself, people of the holy world, like myself, people that identify as close to the Most High after being once on the side of the devil is very complicated. Yes, it is. It's very complicated. Like last night, I was approached with in my inbox with some saying matters, something, someone asking me, was this me? Was it about me? Was no, hey, it ain't me because I have lawyers around me. So no, nobody is harassing me. Nobody's talking about me. I don't need nobody to contact me and ask me if I'm okay because ain't nobody fucking with me, period. And that's on everything. Now, here's what we do need to know and realize. When it comes to throwing rocks at the penitentiary, for instance, throwing rocks at Dauphin County or the state jail, men and women do it all the time. They go outside with the tough skin and they say they don't care, they'll catch a charge. Well, here's the thing with catching a charge. It ain't no outside. It ain't no outside. Yeah. It's not no big yard and everybody's outside. There's no party, it's no nothing up there when you get up there. So these fellas and these young kids throwing rocks at the penitentiary and don't care, you're gonna catch a charge. Y'all kids gotta watch out, okay? Because it's not nothing nice up there. Some of y'all mamas need to be still. Some of y'all daddies need to be still because them being in jail for multiple years now has kind of poured over. They're ready to go. So nobody wants to meet y'all where y'all at. Stop meeting y'all parents in prison. Okay. You don't want to be there. It's not cute. So we've had that talk already. In order to be iconic, you might want to stop going so you can have something you can say you stopped doing. That's a breakthrough. Stop going to prison. Giving up the I don't care. Giving up to that's just who I am. You got to get rid of those things in order to become iconic, to become something, a legend, something to live on in your memory. Nobody wants to be remembered as gross. Oh, their kids did this and they did that. Oh, that was their mom. Oh, that was their dad. Nobody wants to be remembered as that. So, yes, I'm trying to clean my backyard up and so my kids don't have to have that stigma on who your mom was because everybody already know who their mama was. Now, who their mama is a little tough pill to swallow. Yes, the big heart, iconic connoisseur, business guru, nerd herself, DJ Baby Doll, the doctor, the minister. Hey, I could go on, but here's the deal. I have a hat and a pair of shoes to match every skill that I have. I have brand new shoes and a wig. If I need a wig, I got my own natural. I can switch this to look at this up close and personal. This is the products days later, guys. I didn't have to twist my hair. I just wanted you guys to see it. There it is. That's the product after. It's all through. But yeah, we don't want to be throwing rocks at the penitentiary. It don't matter who got the bail money. This one got bail and they got bail. That's how that was that old 19 something talk. And what happens is that resonates with these children today. They start believing they have another run in them. Some of you old folks, you old men out here throwing rocks, slinging drugs, thinking y'all got it to do. It's the oldest trick in the book. I see a lot of fellas trying to impress me, even with the tree. Dating the weed guy ain't it. Yeah, being with the weed man is not an accomplishment today. So we getting away from that. My 11 and 7 shifters are letting you know that there's a shift available for you. And they've come into the new year and get ready to get their reward, which is use income tax. And anybody that wants to be a part of the iconic growth, which consists of all of the businesses, the iconic is a personality figure. An iconic personality figure is people that went, like, I can't wait to get a couple icons to come around me. A lot of the new and upcoming people are becoming icons, but I'm more interested in even speaking to some of the ones that no longer have their foot in the door in the industry or nothing else. So, yes, as a minister, I have a real life. Yeah, oh, so many times because they're in a bubble. They're Christians. They're Baptists. They all these different religions. I can't even name them all. Judaism, Sheikh. It's so many of them. And aren't you guys tired of living up to one thing? You're tired every Sunday. You ran into somebody. Oh no, I was in the Legion. They go my friend. They gonna tell them they saw me going in the Legion. Now I'm in church on Sunday. I went in smelling like liquor, and they know who I am. Um, no, I would like to offer omnism. The Omnic Incorporated. Everybody that I encountered is starting to say, we're not laying God down. We picking God up wholeheartedly, but we're just putting that title down of who we want to be a culture as. So a lot of people are leaving religious sets, as they call it, because they're failing in the church. You just had Pastor Jamal Bryant's beautiful wife come out with her beautiful self, and next thing you know, she's being talked about, taunted all over a dress. And I ordered me one because we're going to stand in a dress with her. Yeah. So I would suggest they become omnis too, because then you're not held in such a pointy finger. You ever notice that? Sometimes you leave church crying, you ain't sure it wasn't the Holy Spirit, or was it because they was talking about you? Oh, that's what's the name of them daughter. Oh, that's what's the name son over there. You know, he was just, his son, he got 15 years. But the church ain't sent the card and encouraged that man or nothing. Yeah. But as an omnist, and I'm going to continue to show you as an omnist, we're natural. See, we're all natural. We do everything according to the Most High God Himself. We don't have a third party. Look up monotheism. Monotheism is the belief in the oneness, in the worship of the Lord Himself. The belief that there is no thing in the middle that can stop me from getting where I got to go. There's no one thing in the middle that got to take my hand and lead me on the way. In order to be iconic, I have to be able to stand before my God on my own behalf. In order to stand up to being iconic, I got to stand up for my own self. I can't go in front of God talking about everybody but me. I got to go in front of God and say, I lost my hand. I lost my way. I forgot how to do that. I don't touch the way I used to. Things don't feel the same. I don't speak the way I used to. I'm not as loud as I was. I think they can hear me in my silence, God. So then body me came into fruition. Well, how much stuff do she got? Well, what is this? And how and where'd you as much stuff as the Most High put on me, my back ain't broke yet. I ain't folded yet. Because my God said you're gonna become an icon. And I said, an icon is a big word. They say, yeah, because you're the first and the only one that's going to be able to carry the load that I'm going to put on you. So when we go to put you in the ground and fold your flag up for you, auxiliary daughter, come on, militant. Everything about me is royalty. So what I'm waiting on now is to get my inheritance. Your inheritance is not always in a written will. Sometimes you got to go and get yours. Sometimes you just got to go get yours. So I'm here for mine. I'm definitely here for mine. So now, will I allow anything in the middle? Hell no. No. Do omnists cuss? Sometimes they do. Well, what are they? They are the people that believe in most and all of the religions that there is truth in all and without judgment. That's all. So no, I'm not. I'm not a holy roller. And I'm not put under the expected laws. My belly button is showing. Not the minister. Yeah, the minister's sex appeal. The minister is beautiful within herself. So she's showing it outwardly. Yes, I spent a couple of years covered and I spent some young years showing everything, but now I know how to show just enough of a peekaboo. So I'm going to continue to keep what's in my mind for beautifications. Because a lot of times we be married and forget about beautifying ourselves, even for our own husbands. Because we so used to being like a nigga and our husbands accept that about us. We forget to beautify ourselves and roll over. He's rolling over to that. She's rolling over to that old head. She wants you to be kept up. She wants you to smell good and look good even in the morning hours. Yeah. So some of us remain single because we don't want to live up to nobody else's expectations. Oh, you expected me to get up and make you something. If I put 2 slabs of bacon in a pan, I got to make 8 now because you here. Look, I don't have time to accommodate somebody else's feelings. And becoming iconic, I'm gonna be the one that is not mentioned for that. See, I don't need the same honorable mentions as everybody. I need to be talked and thought about as, and before she went, she made it clear she wasn't gonna be the because of somebody. And she sure enough can't go up there. Now that I'm here in paradise, I'm here on behalf of my friends down there, God, because the stuff that you gave them to do this with, they doing that with. I can't do it for you. So I surrendered myself that I could just be an icon up in heaven. I'm going to be up there being a celebrity because I'm going to make it down here and I'm going to take my riches that's material and leave it. But everything that's in my heart that grew me into this, I go in the Lord, it's me, the icon. Can you put me with the rest of them? Yeah. Put me with James Brown and the rest of them. Yes. Put me in the glass. Yeah. I want to die and live forever. And that's what being the iconic is. You have to speak what you want to be into your life. But Lisa, you just know you're from the regular neighborhood, you know. You like a little hoarder, Lisa. You pick up everything you gather. I'm a hoarder of businesses. Because it's shown enough ain't no mess in my place. Because I hoard businesses, so I get a lot of paperwork. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes I have to be mindful on how I receive conversation. But now when my friends and them stop by and see me, they're excited about me. They're happy about what I have going on. They're glad that I decided to start living. Yeah, I started on living. And I'm going to go ahead and end the live, but I want you guys, I'm going to do a complete spin so you can see the product days later, how I'm able to wear my hair and it's beautiful and soft. So that's an accomplishment there in itself. And if you noticed, it went right back to where I had that edge control that day, guys. It's still shaped into that part there and went directly back down to where it was at. So this is what your natural will look like with mine. And yeah, I'm not being apologetic about nothing. I curse when I feel like it. I pray every day. I definitely read different books every day. So no, I'm not no Bible rolling person, but I am a scripture chaser. When I find out something, I chase it down by the scripture now. Like I used to chase the thugs down. I now chase scriptures. See, there's a difference when you're in the army of the Most High God than it is when you're in the army of the streets. It's a different fight. It's a different battle. You take on less and gain more. You know how you take on less and you gain more. Now, in the healing process, you can't be completely healed to help other people heal. You can't be cured and think you can be a cure. You can't think that you can be anything, especially if you haven't become it for yourself. If you yourself are carrying the same exact, let's say we're public speakers and we get on the microphone and we're speaking about all the persons that are evil and hateful and certain ways, attitude and disrespect older people and don't have nothing to lose and don't mind going to jail and that mentality, if that growth mindset doesn't eventually follow over, you'll always be just a newspaper article. You'll never be a headline. So in order to create iconic moments in your life, you got to state yourself as the headline. You got to be the headline in everything you do. So as a headliner and everything about what I do, it starts and ends with me. And thank God I have the keys to my own life, the keys to my journey, and the keys to my own future. So thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. 2026 has been nothing but positivity. And with, as my legal team would say, you know what to do with the information that we have. And I go, yeah, I'm going to let them be in a hamster wheel for another 2 months until I think I could let that go. But until then, I'm going to let the hamster roll in the cage until I'm ready. And then if I see care in their heart, something to lose, some growth mindset, look like somebody's going somewhere, then I might pull the charges back. But I'm the type that don't mind seeing a person that wants to go to jail be in jail. Yeah. I know how to get a person out of jail today. I could call the prison and have them free. Just like I could call the prison and have a person picked up. So we're going to be mindful with coming around Dr. Glenn, calling me about anything, and then saying that you don't care because I care. I care a little bit too much. And I don't mind having the highest number of caring, meaning caring and sharing. Um, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you, Lord. Thank you for everything. And I'm looking for another studio home to be at because I'm now getting ready to bring my big heart radio all the way to the top. So I'm gonna be sitting in a studio outside of my home shortly too. Not that I don't already have everything I need here at home, because I do. But like my friend Monique Tatum said, you know what, Lisa? Don't put nothing else in that place. So I'm not going to be able to put no more stereo equipment in here. I'm going to have to go get me a studio. And I'm going to thank you later when I get in the door because I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys when I get in there. Now, in the meantime, if there's any local artists that have an MP3 player with your music on it, and I'm not going to say it again, if your music is on an MP3 player, you're more than welcome to send it to me for a limited time for free. And I will feature your music, call your name, do whatever necessary to help promote you and your music. Just let me know. You'll have 2 months to do that with me on the radio station when I get in the studio. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys. And with that being said, talk to you guys soon. And all my late night shifters, you have a really best of the rest of your shift. And for those of you that are getting up to get ready for your shift, have a beautiful day. And anybody that's thinking and considering on the Thinking Thursday on being a part of Omnic Incorporated, you guys were already invited. Join the iconic movement. You can order your t-shirts through my body me at myyahoo.com. Contact me and I'll give you a payment method and everything will get shipped directly to you. So if you would like an embroidered, as you can see, these are embroidered. The Omnic Incorporated iconic clothing line is available in V-neck, long sleeve, short sleeve, top and bottom. I'll show more, give more a little later, but right now, if you just want a shirt and some hair products, contact me in my Yahoo, my body me at myyahoo.com, and I will give you guys a payment link and we'll go from there. And with that being said, you guys stay on top. And as for the content creators, there's one thing to have content, but there's one thing to actually be a creator. You got to think about that. Sometimes having content and being a creator is two different things. So, yes, some of us have content, and then there's some of us that are content creators. There's a difference. So, you got to think about what you actually do. Now, if you have content because people give you content all the time and it's none of your own material, then that means that you have content. But in order to be considered as a content creator that applies for any job that I have as a content creator under my brand, especially my iconic brand, you definitely got to be able to create content, not gain content from everywhere else. You got to be able to be the content, have the content, and produce the content yourself. You know, unscripted, just get up and if it ain't nothing but about yourselves. Come on, young boy. You know how to do young man. You know how to do a podcast. You know how to talk about everything. Talk about yourselves and make yourself noticeable, known, and thought about in remembrance of. I'm tired of thinking about everybody's podcast and got to go back and wonder who they was talking about because they didn't talk about their own self yet. So I'm waiting on God to bless these content creators with actual content because, again, you guys have a great day, but I would like for you guys to come to me for content because to have content and be a content creator is two different lifestyles. Okay. Period. Now I'll talk to you guys later. Period. Flat out. I'll talk to you guys later. Now, and then the next thing is I'll see you guys on Freedom Friday. I will also See you on Sexy Saturday. And most importantly, I will be there for our sit down Sunday. And we will continue our journey to omnism. And for those of you that did not understand omnism, omnism is the belief that there is truth in all the religions and that there is truth in all the religions in the fact of belief or lack thereof. So, meaning there's truth in all the religions and you can believe in most of it. But if you don't have no belief, you don't get judged as an omnis. You don't have to come. I'm a Christian and we believe that. I don't allow that in my conversation. I do allow all walks of life, but I don't allow the back and forth dynamic. Well, I'm a Muslim and I'm a Christian. Well, we do this and we ain't supposed to do that. And I was this and I accept who you are for what religion you are, but you the personal person I don't have to deal with. So no, learn the difference. Me, the person, don't have to be bothered with nothing physical. Now, your belief, I can sit there and say to you, oh, yes, I do understand. And we can leave it at that. Because you the person, I'm not going to go back and forth. Well, ain't you supposed to do this? And ain't it say here in the Bible? And ain't it this and ain't it that? And wasn't you reading about? Yes, I was referring to the Bible off of stories of others that went before me, other omnis, other Hebrews, other people that went before me. Yes, that's what we omnis do. So I'm going to get away from giving and I'm going to give you what we the omnis do. You guys can research your own scriptures and I will continue to give you a show now and then on the YouTube brought to you by Dr. Glenn, the church, the Black church. Yes, because I personally have a belief in what they do. So I share what I believe in as well. And with hopes that you would accept that or and my belief or lack thereof. It doesn't matter to me though. Because as you can see, it doesn't stop nothing that I have going on. That's all part of being iconic. Once you're already iconic, nothing can stop it. You're already titled. So back again, and y'all have a good day. But for the content creators and content havers, there's a difference. Know the difference. Having content and being a content creator, two completely different lifestyles. That's that. You got to be creative to be a creator.